I've done things that I can't undo. Hey guys, welcome back to Minecraft. It is Tuesday, October 20th, 2015 at the time of recording, and I welcome you back to our Minecraft survival series on the Xbox One. So, for those of you who don't remember, last episode ended off a bit at a tragedy. We were climbing up a tree to get to a shack that I had built, and we died. We fell off the tree, we broke our legs, we died a tragic death, met our doom, and fortunately I was able to get back to our area before our loot despawned and pick it back up, right? So, from there, I've done some things since then. I climbed back up into said treehouse, and I built a bed and put some of our stuff in the chest. So that's where we're going right now. We're headed to the treehouse, and once we get there, I got some things I need to share with you. But let's wait till we get there before I become the bringer of bad news. So we're just going to run over there real quick. See if we can get some food along the way, because that ties into the bad news that I want to tell you guys about. I'm very much disappointed in myself, but let's do this one step at a time. Speaking of our treehouse, I'm very comfortable with it. I think it's a pretty cool place. I think that's where I want to live for a few more episodes at the least. At the very least, I want to stay there for a couple more episodes. Find our footing, or at least become powerful, so to speak. Get a grip. And then from there, we might move out, and we'll build a nicer, bigger home, maybe on a flatlands, maybe a mansion, something like that, or maybe a humble cabin even. I'm not sure, but for now, I'm happy with this treehouse. So while we're still making our way up, I want to talk about something. I've got about maybe 3 or 4 people lined up to come on next episode in the background as just players doing their own thing. I don't know what exactly they'll do. Maybe they'll try and kill me. I don't know. But some people, they sent me requests on the Xbox One. They sent me messages, and I got them lined up just to kind of play and mingle with us next episode. So anyway, this is the very tree I died trying to climb up. This time, the tree will not get the better of us. I assure you. And I've kind of developed a way, by muscle memory, if you will, to navigate up this tree without falling. Oh, no! Oh, my God. Okay. That's inconvenient. That's inconvenient. Inconvenient, I tell you. Alright, that's no problem at all. I did not... That's not intended. I swear to God, I am not meaning to do this. I am just a clumsy person in general. Alright, okay, here's our stuff. Okay, we're good. We got all our stuff back. Alright, so maybe we should build a ladder or something. Yeah, that could have been a bit more tragic than it was. We had some more stuff, although I'm not sure where it would have fallen to. I think all we had left was an iron sword, so it's not a big deal if we lost it. Okay, so we're gonna climb this tree. We're not gonna... Oh, there it is. Okay, so we're gonna climb this tree. This time we won't fall off, I swear to God. And I'll show you around our tree house. And then from there, I've got some bad news. Yes, some more bad news to tell you. And those will be our tasks for the day. Alright, so as I was saying, I developed a way to climb up this tree without falling. And I jinxed myself by saying that out loud. I admit that. So, here we go. Jump up here, and we're up. Before we enter this house, can I get a drum roll, please? Ba-da-dum, ba-da-dum, ba-da-dum. Ba-ba! Welcome to our beautiful house. It's humble. I know, I get that. But it'll have to do. It'll work. As you can see, this is all of our stuff is in this little bit of this chest in here. And, you'll notice something. If you were paying attention last episode, I had a little bit more stuff than's in this chest and in my hotbar. Here's what happened. After last episode ended, I climbed back up this tree and I put my stuff in this chest. Or I put all the stuff in this chest. The rest I kept in my inventory. Well, I jumped off of this tree, or off of this tree house and into that lake down there, and I kind of messed up on the jump. I didn't die, but I landed like down there-ish, and I broke my legs. I took a few hearts damage, but that was fine. And I made my way over to that little, that source of light over there, which is a lava pond, mind you. And, I got pushed in by a skeleton's arrow, so I lost all of the stuff on me. In that time, I was actually recording for a Let's Play, but it was only like 3 minutes, so I figured, nah, what the hell, I'll just restart. Anyway, that's what's happened. So, you might notice something. I don't have a lot of food. Food is something that's quite essential in Minecraft. All I really have is this sad apple and this golden apple, which, well, I'll admit is nice. We need more food. So our goal for this episode today will be to acquire more food, more wheat seeds, hopefully. We'll do some hunting as well with our iron sword. So we're going to scavenge the land for wheat and grass seeds. And while if we see any animals out there, some animals that can give us some food, we'll kill those as well. And when we get back to our shack, we'll build a bit of a farm, maybe right there or somewhere, and we'll cook the food that we've gotten over that day. So those are the plans. It's nighttime right now, so we're going to go to bed, and I will see you in the morning. Good morning. Okay, so everything is all nice and ready. We got our sword, and I believe this is done cooking. So now we've got 3 steak, we've got 1 apple to hold us over, and we've already got 11 wheat seeds. So we're already off to a nice start. So we're going to find some food, get ready to start cultivating agriculture, living like the ancients almost, hunter-gathering. And hopefully this will be a good episode. So while we're just mindlessly scavenging for various wheat seeds, I want to tell you a story. After I died a couple minutes ago, I heard the C-148 theme song playing for Minecraft. Just the Minecraft theme. I think it's what's playing right now. I'm not sure. If you can listen carefully. Yeah, I heard this playing in the background, actually. And I know I talked about how the music brings forth, like, the sense of nostalgia before. But, it reminded me of a... Oh, my God, I'm sorry, Mr. Spider. You were very well hidden. Anyway, this music, it reminded me of a story that I had. So, I think I've told you, I've hinted to this, I've alluded to this story before, but I haven't actually told it to anybody yet. I don't think I've told it to anybody but those who know about it. So, anyway, here's the story. I think this is pretty cool, because it was almost, it was my first love hexagon, if you will, and it was over Minecraft, so it's a little embarrassing, but I think this story makes me a bit emotionally richer. Thank you for the eggs, Mr. Chicken. Your sacrifice is very valuable. So I think the story makes me a little more emotionally richer, as I was saying. So here's what happens. Over the summer I was in the 7th grade and I was going into the 8th. Or maybe I was in the 8th going to the 9th. It was over the summer at least, right? And the summer was rolling around and Minecraft had just released for the Xbox 360. And I had this friend, his name was Richard, or that's what we'll call him at least. Richard and I played a lot of Resident Evil 5 together. So when Minecraft came out, we started playing a lot of Minecraft together. He introduced me to his clique of friends. This is where shit gets interesting. The first friend that I'm introduced to, her name is, we'll call her Jessica, right? Jessica and I hit it off. We become pretty cool friends. We get to know each other well. The next person I meet isn't so cool. His name, we'll call him Spencer. He's about 19 years old. He dropped out of high school, from what I've been led to believe, and he pretty much just played video games with his time. He lived with his parents. I just didn't say much. I talked to him a little. I actually became his friend. We played some Minecraft together. So, I mean, we didn't have any ill will towards each other. We were, by every mean, acquaintances. And then I was introduced to one more person, but we'll get into him in a second. So one day, I'm griefing Jessica's house. Me and Jessica had become pretty good friends by this. By this time, it's been about 3 weeks into summer, and I start griefing Jessica's friend's house. I join this world without an invite, mind you, so I was engaged in some shenanigans, but I start griefing this guy's house just to be a dick. And I joined Jessica to do this. Well, Jessica sees me griefing. She's not cool with this. She starts attacking me. We're not in a party, mind you, as this is happening. I'm just, like, griefing her house. We're not even communicating. She starts attacking me. She starts repairing the house that I'm griefing. And I'm thinking, wait, what? Jessica, I thought we were pretty cool friends. We've known each other for a while. Why would you do this? I was distraught, to say the least. I say, no, Jessica, why? Why, Jessica? Well, as I find out, the guy whose house I was griefing was Jessica's boyfriend at the time. Jessica was my age. She was like 15, 14-ish, and so was her boyfriend. We'll call him John, right? So John, he was our age. I was pretty cool with John. I'd become cool with him, at least. So I realized that's her boyfriend. I felt a little bad, because I thought there was a connection between me and Jessica, but I thought, oh well, no harm, no foul. I become pretty cool friends with John. Me and John play some Minecraft together. We get a world started. We play together. We become pretty cool friends. We become close friends. And then I find out that Jessica breaks up with John one day. And I'm like, wow. And that's the last I hear from John, actually. He deletes me from his friends list for whatever reason, and I never hear from him again. So I lose all contact to John. Jessica's no longer dating him. I'm thinking, okay, this is weird. Well, and I develop a closer relationship with Jessica. Well, at the same time, I find out that Richard, the guy who introduced me to this new clique of friends, he also has feelings for Jessica. I'm thinking, okay, I'll lay low-ish. And then, here's where the weird shit comes in. Spencer has a crush on Jessica, as I find out. Spencer, the 19-year-old man, has a crush on a 14-year-old girl. So this is a little weird to me, right? I mean, age differences have never been that big of a deal to me. I mean, there have been like 20-year-olds going out with 25-year-olds, 25-year-olds going out with 30-year-olds. 5-year age difference, not a big deal. But when you're younger, it's a bit more prominent, you know? I mean, if it'd be a lot weirder for a 25-year-old to date for a 15-year-old to date a 10-year-old than it would be for a 25-year-old to date a 30-year-old, right? I think we can agree on that. So I was a little weirded out by this, but I didn't say much of it. So anyway, this goes on. I'm a little weary of Spencer, the 19-year-old man who's trying to land a 15-year-old girl. And as for Richard, who's about my age, who also is attracted to Jessica, I'm still pretty cool with him, right? Well, anyway, I begin, I get a lot closer to Jessica. We talk a lot more, we play a lot more Minecraft together, we build a lot more worlds together, we just become overall better friends than any of these other people do. And I become closer to Jessica than anyone else in our clique of friends is, right? We exchange phone numbers. We text each other what we look at. And I'm actually very surprised because Jessica's a lot more attractive than I thought she would be at the time. So I start thinking, maybe I could pursue this. Now, granted, okay, I know this is an Xbox Live relationship. Okay, I'm sorry. I was like 14 at the time, all right? I'm sorry. I didn't have anything going on over summer. We had just moved. Please don't judge me, all right? If I were where I were now, if I were then where I am now, I definitely would have done what I did. But I start trying to go for Jessica. We exchange contact information, pictures are sent back and forth. Nothing inappropriate. Just pictures of what we look like. And this makes Spencer and Richard a little jealous. Spencer is a little weird fellow, right? I remember one time he invited me to an Xbox Live party chat when someone was sleeping. It was this girl who I'd never met. She was sleeping, right? And you could hear her breathing like. It's just her breathing. He invites me in there, and he's not saying anything. And I remember that. He's not saying anything. So this guy's like a pedophile, as far as I'm concerned by now. I'm weirded out. I don't like Spencer. Spencer freaks me the crap out. So Richard, on the other hand, I'm pretty cool friends with, right? Richard, he doesn't freak me out, but he gets a little jealous too. He stops talking to me. He kind of cuts off ties. This is his way of protesting, I suppose. And he tells Jessica and me he's not happy with how now we're getting so much closer and he's being left out. He gets a little sad, you know? And Spencer claims he fell into depression. Now, I don't believe that's true. Even if he did, I don't care. You're 19 years old. You can go after a woman of your age. Grow up here, man. I know, I'm one to talk playing Xbox, right? But, those were my feelings. Anyway, that's kind of where it all ends. This is where the love hexagon ends. By now, school's starting back up again. I'm going to the 8th, 9th grade, something like that. So is Jessica. So is everybody else except Spencer, who's like going into another year of just like dropoutiness. So from then, I start talking less and less to Jessica. She gets like a boyfriend from her school. Good for her, right? I mean, good for her. I get a girlfriend from my school, and we kind of just drop ties from there. We still talk. I still have her added on my friends list. We're still friends, but I want to tell you guys that story because it kind of explains how Minecraft became a little more than Minecraft to me. It became an outlet for it almost became, in a sense, a social media platform for me. In a sense, you know, it's definitely not like Facebook. I'm not listening to my racist uncle's posts, but I engaged with friends. It became a social platform for me, and I thought that was pretty cool. And by now, we've got 57 wheat seeds, and we got some food to go on. So I think it's safe to come back to our base. And, first, I want to grab some water with this bucket so we can build a farm. Yeah, I thought that was a cool story. It kind of explained how Minecraft became a little more than what it was intended to be. I thought that was interesting, to say the least. And, into the water we go. There we go. We got a nice little bucket. We've been going on for 13 minutes already, so we're going to go on for maybe hopefully we can keep this going for another 10 minutes. I don't want to, like, make an episode that lasts an hour, per se, but I also want these things to go on for a while, because I like playing Minecraft, you know, and I don't like stopping. And, while we're waiting, I got some more stuff to tell you. So, I might have already said this a bit, but I don't think I have. I got a few people lined up to be on episode 4 with us, right? So I know in episode 1 and 2, I said if you want to join with the series, just leave a comment in the description or message me on Xbox One. My gamer tag is Nate34567. The offer still stands, mind you. And I got a few messages on Xbox, and a bunch of people, it was like maybe 3, 4, 5 people, they all wanted to play. And what I decided to do is we'll just have them linger in the background for episode 4 and indefinitely, right? You're not actually going to hear them talk, but we'll interact with them. We might trade with them. They'll do their own thing. Maybe they'll try and kill me. I don't know. Hopefully they won't know where my base is, but I'd assume since they've They've obviously watched the video, so they probably have a generalization of where it is. And I have lost my house. We are lost, folks. Where are we? Huh. Alright, well, anyway, we're gonna have some guests on next episode, so you can look forward to that while I try and track down my damn house, which... Oh my god, where are we? We don't have a map. We're gonna find this place. Alright. This has just been a very counterproductive series lately. Been getting lost all the too often. Alright. I think our house is somewhere back there. Our little shack. It's a modest and humbling home, but I'm comfortable with it. So we're gonna kind of lower our terrain a bit here. Man, this is frustrating. I don't like jungles for this reason. Maybe we should move out of our house sometime. Maybe we should build our farm elsewhere. Take our farming agricultural business to other lands. Greener pastures, if you will. Because this is just frustrating. We're going to need to eat steak here. Alright. I'm trying to keep an eye on the treetops. Man, where is our house? You see, this is the kind of rookie mistakes that I am not qualified to do what I'm doing here at all. Wait, we're already at the edge of this jungle. That's another biome. I've never seen this place. I'm completely lost. All right, this is just all around fantastic. As you can see, as you can imagine, I guess, I'm very good with road trips. I'm always very good when driving. Actually, speaking of my intelligence with road trips, I guess this relates a little bit. It's a story to keep us going. We moved just a summer ago, or just this summer actually, and I got to drive the U-Haul van. I was taking turns driving with my aunt, who was helping us with the move. She was kind enough to do that. And as I was driving, the car in front of us, in which most of my family was in, kind of pulled over at a rest stop. So I thought I'd follow them in there, right? That was kind of the plan. I was driving the budget U-Haul truck and just following them around, right? Well, they pull into a rest stop. And the U-Haul truck, the budget truck, the moving truck, I guess is what we'll call it. The moving truck stalls, and it just doesn't drive forward. And I try calling them, right? I know they're only like 10 feet ahead of me in the rest stop, right? And they get in their car and they just drive away. So I try calling them, right? Because I'm still, at this point, I'm still at the rest stop with my aunt. We're just sitting there, not knowing what to do. And I call them, right? Well, there's no service, right? There's no service. We're in the middle of damn nowhere. Somewhere in the middle of, like, Texas, I think, at this point. In the middle of a damn desert. And I don't know what to do at this point. I'm dazed and confused. So I'm calling, no response, and I end up just sitting there, drinking a can of Coke in this hot U-Haul van, awaiting someone to return my phone calls, hoping that someone will like realize, hey, we forgot 2 freaking people and all of our furniture. So we're there for what ends up to be a good 5 hours before we reestablish contact with them. Turns out they have driven at least 100 miles past the rest stop as we just sat there. They didn't notice we were gone. Apparently, my mom tried calling, right? But she didn't get an answer, and it was my dad and my uncle who said, nah, they're only probably a few miles behind. So when we finally get to the call finally goes through, we talk, and they're like, oh my god, you're where? And at this point, the moving van's still stalled. We can't go anywhere, and we're actually kind of running low on water at this point. You know, we had a few water bottles, but I mean, they've kind of been exhausted, and this rest stop isn't a big one. All it really is just a few benches, like a picnic area. It isn't even really a rest stop. There's no vending machines. It's just like, hey, if you gotta pee, go here, all right? So we're just stalled there, sitting there, not knowing what to do. And then what ends up happening is we're also able to get through to mechanic. The service, I guess, kind of just like experienced a jolt at this time, and I can see our shack! But the service experiences a jolt. Our mechanic comes around, or the mechanic that we call comes around, and he is able to start the U-Haul back up. Well, my parents, my family, they decided to get a hotel after they found out that I established contact with the mechanic, who he's able to get our U-Haul running, right? So here's what he says. He puts me in charge of driving his truck, right? His mechanic truck, while he drives the U-Haul back to a town called Van Horn, and my aunt will be in the U-Haul with him. I don't like this idea, right? I'm gonna be driving a car I'm unfamiliar with. I've only got my learner's permit at this time. I'm not qualified to drive a car legally, much less like this car I'm unfamiliar with. Much less, I probably should have even driven the moving van, right? But my aunt was tired. What you gonna do? I don't like the fact that my aunt is gonna be alone with this creepy, greasy, like dirty mechanic. Which I know it's offensive. He was a pretty cool guy. I must admit, he was very helpful. But at the time, I didn't know him. It was weird. So he drives the U-Haul, and I'm following him in his car, and he's driving crazy. I have actually called him Crazy Jimmy now, because that's how weird he drove. Every time I tell the story to my family, he's Crazy Jimmy. So Crazy Jimmy, he's driving like a maniac. The U-Haul, I can see, as I'm following him in his truck, is just bouncing everywhere. And where is our house? The U-Haul, there it is. The U-Haul, it's just bouncing everywhere, right? It bounces on every speed bump. He's going full speed. And then we cross what's a Department of Homeland Security checkpoint. And he goes this alternate way. And I don't know what to do. He takes like an alternate route around it. And I'm thinking, this is illegal. This is illegal. I don't have my license. What the fuck? What the fuck is this guy doing? Pardon my French. I apologize. So I go through the DHS checkpoint, the Department of Homeland Security checkpoint. They just ask, U.S. citizen? I say, yeah. And like, all right, go ahead. Well, the U-Haul, which Crazy Jimmy and my aunt are in, just goes an alternate route. And I'm freaking out because there's a line. And I can't see them anymore. They fade in the distance. So about an hour passes by of me basically going through a panic attack as I finally catch up to the U-Haul, which I find pulled over by, I think it was either, Border Patrol or the police officer talking to the guy, and they were waiting for me, because apparently this alternate route the guy took, surprise, surprise, wasn't okay. So this guy, he gets pulled over by a cop. Fortunately, the cop was nice enough. He didn't check my license. He didn't really care, I don't think. I think he knew I was underage. I had a learner's permit, right? But he didn't care. He was a nice guy. So we get let through, and we go to a town called Van Horn. We arrive there at 1 in the morning, and I meet up with my family, right? The U-Haul goes into the mechanic, and we get a hotel room. Long story short, next day, U-Haul's fixed. There was an issue with the alternators. U-Haul gets fixed, and we ride off into the sunset the following day. Anyway, that's a nice little story about travel. That kept us occupied as we got to our house now, didn't it? So when we're here, I want to do some cooking. All right, let's cook our raw pork chops. And let's build ourselves an iron spade. Do we have the resources? Yes, we do, Doctor. We have the technology. And then I think it's something like this. Yes, it is. All right, so we've got a spade. We need a little bit more dirt, which is fine. Oh, time to farm. Achievement unlocked. All the more proof that I haven't been playing this game too often since it released. There we go. We're going to mine some more dirt. Right here. I'm not sure how much we'll need. We got 57 wheat seeds, so we got enough. We got enough food to handle us. Hopefully, we can get a nice little surplus established, and we'll be off. Just like our ancient ancestors in Mesopotamia and in the Indus Valley and in China did. We will be thriving just like those great people that I learned about in history class in the 9th grade. All right, up here, there it is. And let's continue going up around the top. Here we go. I don't think I'm gonna need to build a fence. I can't imagine a cow or a pig's gonna climb up here and screw with our crops. Maybe a skeleton, but even then, I'll light it up good, so that way mobs don't spawn too excessively. Oh, we can't sprint. All right. Oh, there we go. Up around the tree we go. And we're back. Our food is finished cooking for us, which is just lovely. And we're gonna plant our crops, and then I think we'll end the episode off here. We've been going for a good 23 minutes, so this episode will end at about 25-ish. So that's a good amount of time. All right, let's build this here. And let's see something. 2. All right, that works. And then we'll build our crops like this. 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, that's good. And we'll plant this bucket of water right there. And I know from history in Minecraft that the crops need to be exposed to water to grow. So we're just going to only be able to get this section growing. By next episode, they should be well planted, and we will gather some more supplies. So, thank you for watching. Next episode, oh my god, I can't even speak anymore. Next episode, expect us looking for some more supplies just to help cultivate this farm. Maybe do some more expansion, and then maybe some more exploration. I think that's a nice little task. Anyways, thanks for watching this video. It was a bit of a story time episode. Felt felt kind of like I was doing a podcast or something. I liked it. Thanks for watching, guys. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like below and check out the previous episodes if you haven't done so already. Every 24 hours, I intend to upload a new Minecraft survival video, so that'll be something to hopefully look forward to that I can do. I really like this series. I'm having a lot of fun. Thanks for watching, guys. Hope to see you in my next video. Have a great day.